Greetings and welcome to another edition of the Fan Perspective. I am your host Nathan Lyle. It is Tuesday, which means reflections from Week 16 of the NFL, and it is also December 25th, which means for those who celebrate, Merry Christmas. For those who don't, let's just talk some football then. I was wrong. I got most of the games wrong this week, so I decided to just stop counting wins and losses for these last 2 weeks. After week 15, I finished the year with a record of 120 correctly predicted games, 76 wrong, still above 500. For week 16, rather than talking about wins and losses, I will simply look at the games that affect the playoff picture. The Redskins beat the Eagles and the Cowboys lost to the Saints. None of this matters anyways because they face each other in week 17, and the winner of that game will get the division. The Redskins are in first place now, but if the Cowboys win next week, they will have split their meetings with each other. They both split against the Giants. They both swept the Eagles. But the reports are saying that the Cowboys will win the division with the win. I'm in no position to argue. I'm guessing it has something to do with strength of schedule or something like that. I'm just reporting what I see here. The Ravens, they clinched their division with the win, and the Giants are virtually out of the playoffs now. I say virtually because there is the slightest possibility that they can get in. We'll talk about that later. The two best games to watch this week were the divisional matchups where both teams were fighting for playoff seeding. And the Bengals beat the Steelers by a field goal. They clinched the playoff berth and eliminated the Steelers. The Seahawks destroyed the 49ers, and now not only have they clinched the playoff berth, but there is a possibility that they could steal the division in the final week. Now, a few things there are a few injuries that happen around the league. I only want to point out a couple of them. One, it was reported that Arian Foster had an irregular heartbeat, and while it seems like his status for next week is in no jeopardy at this point, it concerns me just because heart conditions can be serious and life-threatening, even though for now it doesn't seem like there's anything to worry about. I'm choosing to keep a close eye on this story for further developments. Heath Miller, his season is going to be over because he's going to have ACL surgery, which, their season's only one more week anyway, so it's not a huge deal. And Nick Foles suffered an injury which will keep him out of the finale, and the talk right now is that Michael Vick is expected to start for the season closer against the Giants. And the playoff picture is almost completely set. There are a few things that could change next week. Here are the possible playoff scenarios. In the AFC, the Texans, Broncos, Patriots, and Ravens have all clinched their divisions. The Colts and Bengals have clinched playoff berths. So those are the 6 teams that are going to be in. The only thing that could change next week is potential seeding. If the Texans win next week, they clinch home field advantage throughout. If the Texans lose, the Broncos can get home field throughout with the win. And the Patriots, because they beat the Texans in the head-to-head matchup, can leapfrog the Texans and jump into second place and get a first-round bye if they win and the Texans lose. And the Patriots can also get a first-round bye if they win and the Broncos lose. And if the Broncos and Texans both lose, then the Patriots can get home field advantage throughout with a win because they beat both of them in their head-to-head matchups. And in the NFC, the Falcons have clinched home field throughout. So I'd be surprised to see Matt Ryan even dress out next week. The Packers have clinched their division, and a win next week guarantees them a first-round bye. The 49ers clinched their division if they win this week and could get a first-round bye if they win and the Packers lose. The Seahawks have clinched the playoff berth and could steal the division if they win and San Francisco loses. The Vikings are currently in the playoff picture, and if they win, they will clinch a playoff berth. But if they lose and the Bears win, the Bears will then claim the 6th seed. The Cowboys, they only have one option. If they win, they get the division title, and they will host a wild card game. If they lose, their season is over. It's that simple. And the Redskins, they can clinch the division if they win, but if they do manage to lose, they can still get a wild card spot if both the Bears and Vikings lose. The Giants right now, like I said, there is a very slim chance. But here's what has to happen. This is the only scenario in which they can get into the playoffs right now. One, they have to win. And number two, the Cowboys, Bears, and Vikings all have to lose. And so that's it for that. That's it for right now. There's no Thursday game this week, so I don't have to predict that. Tune in Saturday for predictions for Week 17, the playoff games. And after that, we're going to get started with playoffs. So keep look forward to that. I am your host, Nathan Lyle. This has been the Fan Perspective. Happy Tuesday. Merry Christmas. Enjoy some NBA. The Lakers are getting their butts whooped right now. Just thought I'd mention that.